It's like 3 a.m. and I haven't slept, and I feel like I'm going to catch a cold, and my head is still hurting and all that stuff. So I decided this is a perfect time for me to record. Hello everyone. Yeah, I'm just gonna get to it. Ow. Lord Phaeton, we'll head out as soon as you're ready. I hope the audio is also ready for this. God, I don't know. Something went wrong a little bit with that. Why is it fucking... the light's fucking beeping and clipping? Why? I checked the OBS. It's looking fine, I think. Ah, hell. Should have probably... Yeah, it's looking fine. It's actually looking better than the usual. I'm... you know what? Whatever happens, you know? We also pay the sacrifice code before Hartman does. Let's get going! I am going to continue
Good
using
day,
Jane.
Lord Phaeton.
I really should upgrade Jane.
Wanna be my research subject?
No, but... Alright. Sorry. That took a long time, that loading screen.
Where's the sacrifice core?
Camille, you really think I'd stroll around with something this important? Plus, even though the Ravenlocks and the Exaltus have been working together for ages, I've hardly even met Lady Dina.
Ah.
I'm the one offering the sacrifice core here. I'm curious what Lady Dina's got lined up for me in return?
I'm just here to verify that the core you mentioned is real. Once that's sorted, Lady Dina will give you a proper response. Our partnership isn't just talk. We need to be sure you have what we need before moving forward.
Sure thing. I'll take you to where I keep the core. Once you verify it's legit, have Lady Dina come over. We'll lay everything on the table face to face.
All right, lead the way.
It seems Hartman is trying to bargain for more. What a greedy and insatiable man. It's just that... why would they only send Camille for something as important as the sacrifice core?
Good point.
And I can't shake the feeling that Camille doesn't want Hartman and Dina to meet. Why is that?
Everyone in this whole saga is scheming, and honestly, like, good for them. I'm lost, but you know what? It'll unfold eventually, right? Who's Dina?
Who's this Dina he just mentioned? Is she the leader of the Exaltists?
Kind of. Lord Phaeton, I really think we should hurry. We must get to where Hartman keeps the core before anyone else does.
Alrighty. Up the road already.
I've got a shortcut planned, but there are gonna be ethereals along the way. I'll let you handle them, Vivian.
Well, you really need to learn how to fight soon. Like, seriously, man.
Don't worry, Lord Phaeton. You're in capable hands. I'll ensure your safety.
Like, she's not that terrible at physical stuff.
Ethereals! Stay away from Lord Phaeton!
Oh, jeez. She sounds actually really angry. Oh no, the leg is back. Really? After I'm like free for a while? Now you're back when I'm playing without being able to see shit? Bitch! Ah! So glad I'm not monetized so I can, by YouTube, so I can just curse however much I want.
Want some more?
I love you, Jane.
Don't touch me.
Alright, Vivian, I want.
Looks like Hartman's trying to negotiate for more leverage.
God.
Let's get out of here before we're spotted.
It's kinda love like how Vivian's Vivian's moving, like how she went from one to and that, like the little step, the little details, man. I love that so much. I wish I got Vivian, but thank you, Lycon, for that. I won't forgive you. I already did not like you after that incident, but now.
Let's keep moving, Lord Phaethon.
I really like.
My.
Okay, I like Lycon, especially his voice, but man, that do leave some interesting feelings for me. I can barely see the staircase, but that's okay.
Leave the enemies to me, Lord Phaethon.
I really want to try to play the fail because you don't need psych for that game, right? You just need so that's gonna be nice because I can see, but it's much harder to distinguish what's what like this.
I'll make it painless.
It's you don't realize how much you rely on color until you lost that. I'm not even colorblind. It's just my screen. I can't imagine if it's just like that.
They're still over there. It looks like they're arguing. This is our chance. Let's hurry.
Supplies. Like you can see the supplies much better if you you can see the color. Honestly though, interestingly, even with grayscale like this, I don't know if that's
No
something.
matter who has the sacrifice core, Hartman or the Exaltists, it would be really dangerous.
Yeah, but back to that, like even though I'm playing in grayscale, I thought with a little bit of like
Our best move is to seize it before they do and destroy it.
the pauses between the dialogues is driving me fucking crazy.
Well,
Man. I
there's
fucking
nice
hate that. Like, come on, man. Like I'll get over there and then it's already closed because of that. And the dialogue disappears. They don't play again because I just don't like it. Anyway, yeah. I apply like a warm tone color kind of thing because it helps also lessen the pain. But yeah, I don't know if it's because of that, but I can still kind of see the color. Is that the brain trying to fill in the blanks kind of thing? Because like it's completely grayscale, but I can still. It's almost as if I can still see the colors, like the health bars and the skill bar. The color I can still kind of see, and even some Vivian's shade and everything. It's kind of interesting. Is that just brain thing, or is that because of the filter thing? I don't know. But yeah, the dialogue pause sucks so bad. I hate that. That's why I keep pausing after I don't want to skip any dialogue. I want to hear everything.
Hand over what's in the box.
I know I'm yapping, but
We do this the hard way.
I'm yapping, but
Sure talk
trust me,
big, little girl.
I do pay attention.
Let's see if you can get past me first.
You're so confident, man.
Let's hurry and secure the sacrifice core.
I keep switching back to Vivian because last time.
Lord Phaethon, the box is empty.
Oh. Ah, hell.
So Hartman never kept the core here to begin with?
How did you even find your way here? Where's the core in the box? What did you do with it?
You call this keeping the sacrifice core safe?
Well, ain't that a fun sound? Oh.
Vivian, it's been ages.
Oh, good God. Oh, no. But also interesting intonation. Interesting, I don't know, is that intonation or cadence? I don't know the word for that. But that's an interesting way to look at it.
Dina! Oh my, you actually remember me. So sweet.
Okay.
Look at you, thriving. I thought you'd totally forgotten about our past.
Interesting. Yeah. The way she speaks and the way it's like, yeah, that's interesting. The voice actor's take on this. I like it. Yeah, interesting.
So, tell me, do you ever dream about the people you've killed? Are they crying in your head all night?
Wow. Man, that was quite a fast. My blood is boiling a little. That was quick. It's hard to get me actually legitimately angry at something. Incredible. Well done.
Back then, I had no idea.
The voice lag, man.
You had no idea? While you were soaking up all that love from your daddy and everyone else, you had no idea what was going on? I wasn't...
Lady Dina, Miss Vivian didn't actually...
Camille, when did I say you could meet up with Hartman today?
That's interesting. Even so, Camilla's like, no. Interesting thing. Guess they still kinda, alright.
I just wanted to make sure the sacrifice core is legit. I was worried Hartman might try to pull a fast one on us.
I think I understand what Vivian means by kind of. I see.
Really? So loyal. I thought you'd be more like the old days. Just a few words from Vivian, and you'd be plotting my demise. Just like what you did with Father.
I won't, Lady Dina.
Don't even think about betraying me, Camille. You owe me for what went down back then. However, I do understand your worries. This core, it's fake.
No way! I got this straight from Hugo. It can't be fake.
Thought so. Man, don't we all love trickery in this house?
How can you just claim it's fake without any proof?
Fool that you are, Hartman.
Ugh, seriously?
Holy shit. Okay. That's... Oh.
The sacrifice core can max out the ether particles within human bodies in no time at all. But look at your little subordinate. How uncouth. He's making noises like some animal. Can you shut him up? So annoying.
He's even like, what the what the hell? He really wasn't expecting that, huh? Man, when you're dealing with a cult, I feel like you should expect something along that line, man. Come on now.
The masterpiece Father made for the creator isn't this worthless piece of junk you're holding.
Also interesting how they capitalized Father. Oh hell, what? My toe hurt again, what the hell? It's somehow worse than my knee pain, what the hell?
So, the real core.
Vivian, where do you think the sacrifice core is really at? I don't know. If I knew where the real core was, I'd destroy it without a second thought. Dina, you understand what the sacrifices are. And you know those who were blessed should not have to endure such horrors. Oh, they shouldn't have suffered those horrors. weren't you the one who decided if they'd be blessed or not? If it weren't for your tears, how would they have encountered such misfortune?
I mean, you're interpreting that as you're interpreting them as blessed. It's not her fault. You're interpreting her tears as that, bitch.
How self-righteous, Vivian. Their fates were in your hands.
Man, it's been a long while since I'm feeling like I actually want to.
It was you who brought disaster on them. Landon just needed an excuse. He needed someone to blame. Whether I shed tears or not, he'd treat living beings as mere subjects for his sacrifice experiments.
Good job, Vivian, for standing up. Yes, that's it. You get it. Yeah, exactly.
Tina,
Vivian, go.
You know all of this. Landon even went so far as to sacrifice. Shut up! Father did it for his great cause. Vivian, why do you always mess everything up for me? Everything! You did it before, and now again! You just had to ruin my plan. I was so close to fulfilling Father's last wish. If you don't give me the sacrifice core, be prepared to become food for the ethereals. I told you I don't have the sacrifice core. Otherwise, I would have destroyed it already. Lord Phaethon, find the right moment to retreat. She can be quite unpredictable when her temper flares. Oh, really? You don't have it? Then I suppose there isn't a reason to keep you alive.
As Dina finishes her wounds, several explosions are up, followed by tremors in the ground, signaling the rapid approach of numerous ethereals. In a panic, Hartman rushes to the car he summoned, taking Camille and Dina with him. Seriously, after all that, you're still gonna help them out?
Ethereals are coming.
Yeah, I forgot I do also
Don't you
have...
know? Get my dress dirty and you'll pay.
Oh my god.
Sure, filthy hands up. Fool.
She is gold. Holy shit.
There's no chance to get out of this.
Oh, I did dodge! Fudge! What the fuck do you
Here's
mean?
a taste of the abyss.
Hurry, dodge! Why is my V button always doing that? One of these days I might just also include I might just also bring back the what is it again? Controller cam. So everyone can see what am I doing. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons and see whatever feels right. Do whatever feels right? But you know,
Find cover.
just to make it a bit more clear. But clear stuff. Yeah. Problem with that is the setup that I'm using to do that is very janky. Like very janky.
Okay.
They from Lord Phaethon.
She got someone that she wants to protect, huh?
There are so many.
Holy!
It's ink.
It's her! I think.
Shun Palace, good fortune.
Yep.
Close gate, safety.
What?
An evil miasma gathers here.
Evil
Another
miasma.
place of conflict. If you wish to avoid disaster, then head southeast.
How do you sound even more robotic than than Anby?
Thank you.
How do you do that? Oh my god. Oh my. I can't see my face right now, but my jaw is dropping because holy shit, she's so elegant. She's so... Oh my god, that is glorious. Oh, I knew it, and she would be so cool.
Finally, peace and quiet.
Love her. But also... Yeah, she's something more monotone than Anby. What the fuck?
You must be Belle, right?
Yes?
Mayflower mentioned a special partner might need my help.
And I suspect that it would also be you, huh?
Can I ask, who are you?
I'm the 13th generation master of Yunquei Summit. You can call me Yixuan.
That is an interesting way to speak. Oh, I love that though.
Mayflower passed along your info, and I was curious what kind of person you are, so I came to see. At first, I thought it might be a hassle, but your energy feels really calming. Quite nice, actually.
It keeps happening, man. It keeps happening. Are you the investigator?
Oh, so you're the investigator the mayor talked about.
Yes. He also asked me to be your temporary teacher and offer you a bit of guidance.
What does that mean? What does that entail?
Guidance? What exactly does that mean?
Unfortunately, this isn't the right time or place to talk.
Fair assessment, yes. We nearly died there.
I have some investigation work to catch up on, and it seems you've got quite a lot on your hands, so let's part ways for now.
I guess? You're not gonna... I guess you have a role to play somewhere else. That's fair. Alright. See you again one day or another, you should.
I'll find a good time to visit you soon.
Yishan leaves after saying this, while Vivian appears lost in thought, looking distracted.
I'm so sorry, Lord Vathan. I'm just not feeling very well.
I thought so. You put on a really brave face there. But, yeah, that gotta get to you, right? Still. It's alright, Vivian.
I think I'll head back for now. I'll investigate the sacrifice core and reach out once I find something.
Take a good rest, Vivian. Let's save the hollow first.
You definitely need some rest. Let's get out of the hollow.
I get so attached to these characters, man. I wasn't really expecting to like Zenless much. At first I was like, I'm not. When it was like unveiled, right, I was like, I'm not really digging the character, the designs and all that. But the characters' personalities definitely make up for it. I like the designs still now. There are quite a few that I really love. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's 3 AM. That's, yeah. There's quite a lot of design that I really love. Including Vivian. Man. Yeah, mostly the personalities and all that. And the vibe. God, they got good vibes.
Lord Vathan, are you going to rest now?
Are you feeling down?
I'm not in a hurry to get back. You've been kind of off since we got out, and it's got me worried.
If you want to talk, I'm here to listen.
If something's bugging you, just spill it if you want to. I'm a pretty good listener, you know.
My voice is not doing too well. But yeah.
I didn't mean to keep my past from you, Lord Vathan.
Once again, Vivian. It's alright. It's fine. Oh. Yeah, the extent of like the whole thing, she hasn't still fully healed and all that. It hurts me, really.
When I was
But it
little,
must have hurt more.
people thought I brought misfortune, so no matter where I went, no one wanted me around for long. Then, one day, Landon adopted me and brought me to the Exaltists. There, I met Dina, who was so kind to me, treating me like a dear sister.
Now the issue with siblings are, you either get like someone that's really kind to you. I guess not like either. That's like 3 types. Either really kind to you, or in the middle of like kind, but then can also be sibling stuff. You get it, right? If you have siblings. Or Dina. Boy, do I understand that. Ugh. I have good siblings, and also some that wants me dead. Don't worry about that. But yeah, back to Vivian. Oh, yeah.
She told me her father, Landon, was a great man, who'd one day make everyone stop fearing the Hollows. So all life could live freely inside and outside of them.
Like, from that alone, it sounds like, you know, like a great thing. Like, oh yeah, I mean, if people can live inside Hollows, they like to not fear Hollow must be nice. But the method that they're doing is not quiet. It's giving me flashback a little bit.
Tina helped Landon pick people for the blessing, and everyone in the Exaltists respected her greatly. Those who received the blessing would have a better ether aptitude, allowing them to enter the Hollow freely without fear of sudden disaster. Back then, Dina would chat with me every day, always about the Exaltists and her father. But things between us shifted when Landon asked me to step in for Dina.
Yeah, I thought so.
Landon told me I didn't only bring misfortune, and that if I listened to him, I could actually help people.
That sentence, if you listen, Life sucks, doesn't it? And some people definitely suck, doesn't it? Or some people have like, yeah, have great point, good intention, or whatever, but then their methods and everything, and the things that they did, sucks, doesn't it?
After that, he'd take me to meet people, and if I shed tears, he'd give them a blessing medicine. Those who got the blessing could dodge calamities.
But isn't your ability kinda also... So did they actually dodge the calamities, or...?
At first, I was ecstatic, thinking I could help others. I shared my joy with Dina, but that was when she started to pull away from me.
Oh, these are getting really... Anyway, was the blessing medicine the sacrifice serum?
The blessing medicine. Please tell me that wasn't the sacrifice serum Bringer had?
Yes. To be precise, it was an early version of the sacrifice serum. Landon's medicine wasn't stable. The medicine Landon developed could boost abilities quickly, but also sped up the development of ether corruption. In the end, most people turned into ethereals, and a few became sacrifices, losing all human consciousness. The ethereals were killed while the sacrifices were given to the higher-ups of the Exaltists.
What did they do with them?
The Exaltists wanted the sacrifices to hold human consciousness, so Landon's medicine was seen as a failure, and he gradually lost influence within the Exaltists.
There's gonna be some really existential... I think that's the word for this? Existential debate about that, but wanting the sacrifices to hold human consciousness. Like, even if they have human consciousness, would they still be considered one? Is it fair to judge them only because they are now sacrificed and all that? But what makes them different from humans other than their appearance at that point? I'm gonna leave that to the people who can actually think and who are actually eloquent and is not sleep deprived, playing games at 3 a.m. It's almost 4 probably.
One day, I saw Dina, and tears streamed down my face. In a bid to save his reputation, Landon decided to let his own daughter receive the blessing.
Oh God.
I had always thought that getting the blessing was a good thing, until I saw terror in Dina's eyes that day. That evening, I broke Landon's rules for the first time and followed him out of the Exaltist's residence. I trailed him to the Hollow, where I witnessed someone who had been blessed becoming corrupted. In the end, that person became an ethereal. Then, without hesitation, Landon killed him. Before Landon returned, I went back to the residence and snuck into his study. And there, I uncovered the truths I just told you. And just a few days later, it was time for Dina to be blessed. I wanted to save her and stop anyone else from getting deceived. So, that day, I told everyone present that Landon should be the one to receive the blessing, not Dina. At first, Landon argued, and no one believed me. But, in front of them all, I looked at him and let my tears fall.
It starts to recount what happened that day.
Lord Landon, please accept the blessing.
Vivian, you...
Why won't you accept the blessing? Were you lying to us?
Ungrateful fools! You have no use anymore!
Yeah. Unexpected.
Run!
Totally.
Dina! Dina, wake up! We have to go!
Vivian? What's happening?
Listen to me! Lord Landon's so-called blessing isn't...
Oh my god.
Father!
Oh. God.
No, I was just...
She was just trying to protect them. Oh. I am filled with anguish right now. Why would you hurt me like this, Hoyopers?
Mom, I want to go home.
It's got nothing to do with us. This is just what happens when you don't accept the blessing.
Oh boy.
Vivian, was this you?
Dina, I just didn't want you to accept the blessing. Everyone who does ends up...
I just don't want to lose my father.
You knew? If you knew what he's done, you...
He's my father. He's all I have.
Not even your sister?
Stop being self-righteous, Vivian. You only ever bring misfortune.
Man. I'm really not good with emotions. I just keep going. Her voice trembles as she shares her past stories.
I thought once Landon was gone, Dina would leave the Exaltists. I never expected her to continue his research, or that Camille would stay.
Yeah. But yeah, why?
Camille lost her entire family in a hollow disaster, so she's always supported the Exaltists.
Interesting. Some after that would hate it hollows and just not want to do anything when I have anything to do with it. But the other, that's an interesting one.
She's not a bad person. She's just someone searching for hope.
Seems like it too. And she still pretty much kind of care, but yeah.
She joined the Exaltists very early
Despite
on, and even watched Dina grow up. That day, she was just so desperate to save Dina that she... All these years, she's been following Dina, taking care of everything out of guilt, I think.
I can see that. I can see that. I hear that from her reaction after that, from her answer after that. It was... Oh boy, if you know, you know.
But I didn't just fail to save Dina. I trapped her. I see misfortune approaching, but I can never change its course or avoid the bad ending. Maybe I really am a bringer of misfortune.
The witness isn't... Rita shouldn't be blamed for the disaster. Don't think like that, Vivian.
No way. You're not the one bringing bad luck. Whatever went down with the Exaltists, Landon used you. As for Dina and Camille, they know the truth, and they just made their choices. The Hollows and the disasters they caused took more than just their loved ones. But not all survivors cling to obsession and hatred like they do.
Lord Phaethon.
You need to believe in yourself.
You need to believe in yourself. You're currently resolving the sacrifice crisis with your own effort. I remember you saying you really like yourself now. So what's changed?
Yes, that'll always be true.
I mean, sometimes it's like, you like yourself, you love yourself. But sometimes the words, it just gets to you, you know? It just gets to you after. At first it's like, okay, but then when it keeps happening and happening and happening, when you keep hearing it, eventually it starts doing something to you. You still like yourself deep down, and you know that you like yourself, but you can't shake that feeling still. And it's really an awful feeling. People really need to be more careful about their words and what they say to other people, especially when it gets really personal. It's... You really don't know.
Thank you for listening to my story today.
But I'm glad that at least there's that.
Years have gone by, but I've never had the courage to face all this. Maybe Dina and I were meant to meet today, so I could finally spill it all out. It lightens my heart a little. Lord Phaethon, you truly are a wonderful listener.
Just come to me whenever you need.
Whenever you're feeling down, don't hesitate to come to me.
I will. It's been such a long day. You must be exhausted. I'll track down the location of the sacrifice core and let you know what I find. Good night, Lord Phaethon.
Good night, Vivian. After bidding farewell to Vivian, you head back to the video store. You see the collectible she gifted you on the table, and it stirs a flood of memories. You've been through so much lately. I hope the sacrifice crisis can be resolved smoothly, wondering the whereabouts of the real sacrifice core. Awareness sets in, and before you know it, you drift off to sleep. But yeah, there has been a lot going on lately, huh? Ever since Nicole and everything just rolls. And roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. The snowball gets really big. Holy. What is going on? When you wake, it's almost noon. Well, Vivian was in the store just now, but you weren't there. Did she need something? It was about the sacrifice core. The first time the sacrifice core appeared was at the auction, so she decided to try and find security footage from after that day. It's possible more happened afterwards, and you're simply unaware of it. If you can get the footage, we'll make new clues. Well, if you have time, at the Lumina Galleria, then meet up with Vivian. Alright! How many hours have I recorded? Oh, God. Oh, not even an hour. That felt... I mean, yeah. That still felt a lot. Probably because I'm tired. Guess what I had for dinner today? Fla. You know, the thing that goes on pudding? That fla. Just a bowl. A whole bowl of fla. Just that. Yeah, a bit bad, isn't it? Okay, there was also toast, but... You know, over here, you haven't really eat if you haven't eat rice. If you're Southeast Asia or just Asian in general, you know. You know exactly how Water break. Earlier, Vivian exchanged information with an acquaintance in the auction house's lounge.
Shawl. I
Shawl?
didn't expect you to be working here. Perfect.
Shawl? Alright. Hang on. The brightness is too bright right now. Oh. It suddenly gets really, really bright. I can't handle that.
I was just covering someone's shift.
Still, man. How many jumps do you work?
The screening here is super strict, and I was afraid the supervisor would realize I was new and subbing for someone, so I hid in the control room during the supervisor's inspection.
Oh my god, I love how she talks.
So I happened to bump into this guy, a blonde man wearing a hat, and I think he was checking some footage.
Oh.
Then he logged that footage into the tape he brought. Later, I found that part of the footage had been wiped.
Blonde, wearing a hat. Could it be Hugo?
Oddly enough, there isn't that many people with blonde hair around, huh? And especially one that's just wearing hat everywhere. Yeah.
Do you know him?
Possibly.
I think it's him.
Yeah.
If it were Hugo... I think I know where he would hide the tape.
Good God.
Thank you, Shaw. You were a big help.
Great! You also helped me a lot when I started working. I used to make mistakes all the time. If it weren't for you cleaning up my messes, I would have been fired ages ago. So I'm happy I could help you too.
I'm just so glad. Every single time. Every hour they just give Vivian a new friend. That's what I'm noticing. Like every single episode, every single hour of recording, it's like, yeah, there's like someone that's apparently her friend. It's like she got a new friend every single, yeah. I guess not technically new friend, but it's just like it's revealed like, oh, I know them. Oh, they're also Vivian's good friend. What the hell? Vivian, you've been going around. Good to hear, good to know. Aw.
Alright, go ahead and do what you need to do. We'll catch up another time.
I don't know why, I just feel so attached and I just feel so protective to I'm just so care. But yeah, I just really care about Vivian, man. I'm really happy for her. Had nothing to do with the whole sympathizing with her because of similar experience that gets too specific and gets too similar and gets too unbelievable because it quite frankly is unbelievable. I understand. That might be it. We might just do story timing for another day, man. Fudge. We're saying goodbye to Shell. Vivian leaves the lounge. Well, he goes around. I really do love how Vivian's not even like, yeah, like, he's still alive? Vivian's like, alright, I knew it. He's like, well, yeah, that sounds like him, alright? Which, yeah. But Phaeton, you're here. Someone I used to work part-time with just so happens to be covering a shift at the auction. I learned from her that Hugo once took some footage away with him. I think Hugo was planning some... Oh, it was talking about the past? I don't know, my English is a little bit... English is like my main language, my first language, but even still... Something, so he had the security footage. But once I know when Hugo come here, I should be able to guess where he put the videotape. How? We are Mockingbird after all. It shouldn't be surprising we have subtle ways of communicating information, should it? I don't know, it's thief camp or something. I suddenly remember what that D&D stuff. Rogue's thief camp. Something akin to that, probably. But yeah, and also y'all work together for quite a while, right? Yeah. Once on a mission, we couldn't use communicators. So, Hugo trained a few birds and put trackers on so we could communicate. But after that mission ended, we let them roam free. Trained a few birds, oh god. It's so extra, but like, yeah, necessary it seems, huh? Few birds. To be fair, pigeons, if it's a pigeon, the pigeons get really, really smart. Pigeons are really, really smart, but get so... they get shafted, man. People are being so unfair to pigeons. They're smart, they're nice. They're domesticated, for fuck's sake. they're friends. They're supposed to be friends, but now after the war ended, we don't need them anymore, and now we just treat them like shit. That's so cruel of us, you know. Like, they were once our best friend, and now we did that to them. I love pigeons now. I really love pigeons. I have grown appreciation of pigeons. Back in my hometown, we got a lot of pigeons. But over here, once I moved, there is not a lot of pigeon. The nearest place where I can find a pigeon is like in an entirely another in the city nearby, in the neighboring city. It was really nice when I saw it. There were a lot of pigeons. Oh my god, they're so cute. That was years ago. I should get back. I should go there when I got the time, energy, and everything. But I just checked the trackers. One of the birds flew near the auction venue on the day Hugo took the footage. Oh, they're still friends, so it seemed, huh? That's nice. It still flies around here from time to time. The tracker only gives a broad area, but I believe this might be something Hugo left for us to find. Yeah, I thought so too, the schemer. Why is he doing all this? He's so extra about all this, man. But it works, so... I mean, to be fair, considering that everything is scheming in this scenario, yeah, I guess that's probably necessary. That's a little extra. If I'm not mistaken, the videotape is hidden wherever the bird is. Can't be sure which bird Hugo used this time. But all the birds he originally trained had at least some black feathers. Lord Phaeton, let's switch up and search the area. If you see a bird, you can send me a picture of it. I should be able to recognize it. You even recognize the birds. That's so kind of you. Like, you memorize the details of the birds. That's really nice of you. Oh. Heh. And I love how it's just chilling right there. I do want to be extra, so... I'm going to save that. Oh god, that's... I'm gonna have to hide the UID on that again. Ah, I hate that. A soft and sweet bowl of fluff. It's hard to imagine it's the bird Hugo chose for the mission. It does have some black feathers, so maybe this is it. Anyway, I might as well take a photo and send it to Figme. And also, like, you know, it's a good idea that it's quite inconspicuous. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Well, that's a negative. Alright. Where's the dog? Dog? Silly dog. Silly dog. Aw. You know, in Genshin, at least the dogs like to follow you. And like, yeah. But, oh. Black feathers. Hang on a minute. You didn't specify what kind of bird, huh? You didn't specify which kind of bird. You gotta be fucking kidding me, Vivian. And Hugo, you too, I swear to god. Really? Really? I mean, you didn't yeah, I would be thinking something akin to like a pigeon or a crow, you know, the smart. The ones famously known to be very smart, but I suppose bamboos are very smart, aren't they? Just... let's count the spirits, I guess. And besides, using a bamboo for communication seems perfectly reasonable. I think she mentioned something about flying, but I'm not entirely sure. What if it is this guy? Either way, let's take a photo and send it to Vivian. Belle, incredible. Ellipsis. ... Well, you never specified about which bird. You never specified about what kind of birds. Why are you disappearing and appearing like that? I don't know, man. Whatever works for you. She probably has her reasons to do that. Probably this guy, yeah. I mean, black feathers. You say like it has some black feathers. This is quite a lot of black feathers from how I see it in the picture in my grayscale screen. Black girls in a dark alley. Seems a bit cliche, but this really is a good place to hide something. And also, like, you know, again, smart birds. Let's take a photo of this crow and send it to Vivian. That's the one. How do you even differentiate the crows? Like, they have black feathers, but like, a lot of crows have black feathers, I'm pretty sure. Last I checked. How would Vivian know which bird is it exactly? I mean, to be fair, I shouldn't have, like, I should say anything about that. Because, like, I got fish. Some of which have, you know, almost exactly the same color. I know which one's which. So I guess that's the one. It's all thanks to Lord Phaeton we found him so quickly. It's here that Hugo must have hidden videotapes among those boxes. You look through the boxes and find the recording, but it's been damaged. After discussing it with Vivian, you decide to head back to the video store together to repair it and check the contents before making our next move. I don't know, who knows? Let's see. Ready to press the videotape, and you watch the recording. Content leaves you shocked. It's a conversation between Hugo and Camille. Huh.
If I'm not mistaken, you and Vivian share the same goal.
That's the first time Well, that's the first where I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Well done. But man,
silence is no good for negotiation.
I just don't want Dina to reach a point of no return.
yeah.
Hasn't she already reached that point with what she's doing?
The formula for the Landon serum was lost, but a batch survived, and Dina was able to develop a substance that can be used for mind control. She's trying to combine the two to make sacrifices that would obey human commands.
So, okay, let me just rant again. I know I do that a lot in these, but it's didn't he say that, like, his goal is to, you know, make make people not fear hollow anymore, make people feel fine just, you know, living inside and outside of the hollow. And you know that the path that they thought of to achieve that goal is to turn humans into sacrifices that but sacrifices that have, like, still have their human minds intact, right? But you're making a mind control serum. You're trying to make a serum that's controlling the sacrifices. That's definitely not the goal there, right? That's definitely not the thing. That's just, and I think Camille Camille probably would think about that too, right? Like, that's not how. Yeah, what a horrible thing to try to do, right? Like, that's not the thing that we're trying to do, or is it not? That's just completely. I mean, to be fair, that guy could probably also be lying about all that stuff. Probably is lying. Cults, you know. But man.
If the dormant sacrifice and the remaining Landon serum are destroyed, we can put an end to this. Dina's concoction can't create sacrifices on its own.
And the sacrifice core?
That belongs to the creator, not her.
Yeah, I feel like Camille also, like, yeah, that's not the point of the whole thing. That's not what people like her is trying to achieve. The creator, like, she's still, like, probably even call the creator, but her, that's not. Oh.
Although I find Landon's methods despicable, I can't deny that the Exaltists and the Creator are leading us in the right direction. I just don't want Dina to spend her life trapped by her father's mistakes.
I mean, no offense, but I find your protectiveness rather weird.
Again, a really, really interesting like mirror and everything that they're creating here. This whole narrative. Really love how they dance around these stuff. Apart from the whole thing with narrative wise, cool. Personally, I despise it. I despise what Jack said and everything.
I will confirm the location of the dormant sacrifice and find the chance to relay the information to you. I do not want any of my people to be going into danger.
Yeah, thought so. You could still care about that.
As for the sacrifice core, I can only guarantee that it will not fall into her hands. As for how things will ultimately play out...
The Creator will guide me.
That's an interesting one, yeah. I mean, he did say that it's like a bit, like a part of that is gone, but like, say that's like the only thing there's nowhere, right? But, just like the abruptly comes to an end, there's probably a little bit of more parts on that, but probably it's a bit more not that important anyway. Not what he's trying to.
Camille was actually
Compose.
destroying the dormant sacrifice?
Why has he never mentioned this before? Part of the scheme, DM.
Now Camille's actions make sense. But why did Hugo never tell us?
Hugo...
Belle, Lycon said there's something urgent he needs to discuss with us right now.
His timing is always so impeccable, I must say. Hey, you know what? Let's do that.
Let's patch him in.
Master Proxy, I apologize for disturbing you. We have just learned that the Ravenlock family will host a banquet tonight.
Huh.
This banquet is rather special, as they're allowing members of their family to invite business partners to attend.
Interesting.
With Hartman at the center of controversy, there are many members of the family who are eager to use this opportunity to replace him.
I wonder.
The mayor has been spreading rumors of a young tycoon who inherited a sizable fortune and is looking to partner with a person from an old and influential family. This information has lured a young man named Burton from the Ravenlock family.
So, you want me to pose as this tycoon and use Burton to infiltrate the banquet?
Would they not know? I don't know, maybe.
Correct. And Hartman's study is also located within the venue.
I see. Hartman's study might hold valuable information.
Keeping your enemy really close, huh? I mean, that's the saying, right? It says, you know. Well, what about me?
So, what should I do?
You can attend as her +1.
+1? Lord Phaethon, please go with me!
Yeah. Sure, Vivian. Wait, I was expecting that, but why am I still...
Master Proxy, it seems Miss Vivian requires your presence, so...
I love how he phrased that. Requires. Yeah, she would, but okay. I mean, I would say yes regardless. I'm just need a little bit more time to. Huh? In my brain.
Yes, just your presence will help me immensely.
I'm honored, Vivian. I'm honored. Let's go together.
All right, then let's go together.
I'll send you the time and place for the meeting with Burton. If you encounter any danger, please evacuate immediately or contact me for backup. I hope everything goes well for you tonight.
His smile is silly. I like that. get in contact with Burton. He said he'll come to 6th Street later to escort us to the banquet. Is there anything I need to look out for? I'm really not used to this entire, fancy event thing, and you're far more experienced in this regard, Vivian. Tell me.
Don't worry, Lord Phaeton. Just leave the socializing to me.
I know what you're trying to say, but... Yeah. That's pretty good at socializing. Even then, she's still a little bit of a geek. A little bit of a geeky nerd. It's a little bit, it comes with the nervousness.
I won't let any evildoers get close to you.
Sure, Vivian.
But since there's still some time before we have to go, should we watch an instructional videotape on formal dinner etiquette together?
Oh boy. Have table manner classes. I just got some flashback from when we had table manner classes back in the day. It was a little bit bad. It was also worse because it was like a team thing, right? It's a team thing, like a group assignment thing, right? There was a group assignment thing, and the group that we got assigned to is it's a group of which the people we generally vibe with. The problem is they are probably the worst partner that you want when you have to do table manner stuff. Rowdy bunch. It's like the entire class's stock of neurodivergent kids. And especially the ADHD part. Especially the ADHD ones. You can imagine how well that went. that was really tough.
I learned everything from videotapes when I first went undercover at the banquet for Mission 2. Though such a method isn't sufficient to master it, it's enough to deal with this one excursion. Then let's watch! Yep, I'll go over the key details for you as we watch the tape.
You do some last-minute studying on the etiquette expected at a formal banquet for your mission that night. You know it, evening has arrived.
Lord Phaeton, Burton sent his location. Are you ready to join me for the banquet?
I'm ready!
I'll meet up with Burton first and make sure he's not tampered with the call. Lord Phaeton, please wait 5 minutes before joining me. It'll be safer this way.
Vivian heads off first. After 5 minutes, she sends a message saying all is good. Let's go meet up. I wonder who this Burton is. Suddenly I feel a little nervous on that. Well, let us just see. I kind of wonder if that graffiti is supposed to be like Nicole, to be saying Nicole. But there's no way, right? That's a very odd Nicole. The structure is horrific. Look, it's a banger one in terms of colors and all that, but that gives me a pain. I'm not good in graffiti, I'll be real. I'm really not good with color. So I compensate with structure. So when I see structures that's just absolutely horrendous, I just no. That's my thing, and I'm just really careful with that. Who is this fancy ass motherfucker? Fancy and edgy looking ass motherfucker. That's kind of impressive to if I'm just saying, imagine if he hears this impressive young tycoon. That could be a good business partner for me. And then you look at her last name and goes, oh, that's interesting. Miss Banshee, this is.
Is something the matter?
What I mean is, this person doesn't look like your bodyguard. The Ravenlocks can protect me, no? If that's true, why would I bring a bodyguard? This is my escort for the night. She heard the Ravenlocks are throwing a true feast for the centuries with plenty of delicacies not available anywhere else. And she wanted to try some. Vivian, that's not a very good okay. You aren't so stingy as to not even allow your guests a +1, are you? Of course not. Since you're an important companion of Miss Vivian's, you are also my honored guest. Let's be off then. My chauffeur shall take you to the port, and from there, we will take a speedboat to the manor. About an hour later, you arrive at the Ravenlock Manor. With Burton's guidance, you go through numerous security checks before finally arriving at the banquet hall. The security checks is not very good with the identity part of things, huh? Well.
Miss Banshee, I believe I've shown you my sincerity. Now how about you?
Sincerity? My presence here is a show of sincerity.
If we're to work together, Miss Banshee, you should drop your pretentious act.
I am well aware of the ways of the Ravenlock family. If I were to come empty-handed, I probably wouldn't even be able to make it out the front door tonight. Since I agreed to come with you, and even brought along my most precious companion, does that not show my deepest sincerity?
My most precious companion, I see what you are. Companion, I see. My most precious companion, even more so. I see. I know what you are. One of us.
No need for such an off-color joke. Our door is always open for those coming or going.
That's so.
We both know what's what, so let's cut the small talk. I know far more about how the Ravenlock family made their fortune than most here. I am also well aware of why Hartman, despite such a massive scandal, still remains in power.
Oh? Do tell.
Incredible voice, I see.
Exaltists, blessing, sacrifice, Landon. Where would you like me to start?
Oh!
How did you know that? No, who are you?
Don't be so tense. If I'm not mistaken, it's about time the banquet began.
And this is the moment you realize, oh shit, what did I just invited some really dangerous people here. It's fine, well, everyone there is gonna be pretty dangerous, but oh, well.
My companion and I are practically famished. Is this how you treat your guests? By letting them starve?
She really knows how to do it like that. That's a really good, yeah. Just making the voice a little bit more breath, and taking it a little bit slow and dance around the words make you sound so fancy and suddenly so full of authority. Anyway. But also so dangerous.
Perhaps when we've had our fill, we'll remember where the sacrifice is hidden.
You know where the sacrifice is?
So, can we go get something to eat now? And I'm also looking forward to receiving a special dessert from you. We can discuss what you wish to know while we enjoy dessert.
Of course. I wouldn't let such an important guest discuss matters on an empty stomach. As for dessert, I will prepare it myself, and I guarantee it will satisfy you.
Again, like the tones, the tone differences and all that. I love that. The way people speak really do tell a lot about people. People are a lot more open than people that know one again. And they thought just the way they speak, the way they carry themselves, like even the little details of their clothings and everything. Just little details, it just tells so much. Clothings, even if you dress like, what do you think is just like the most average show, it still tells a lot about you, but just the littlest details. It's really fun. And this is why I am not allowed to get into psychology, because my parents and family would fear for what I could become with such power.
I'll come find you later. I wish you a pleasant evening.
These kinds of people are exhausting to deal with.
And the acting gotta be exhausting too. Good job, Vivian.
I really don't know how Hugo used to put up with it.
I know, right? What did you mean by dessert? But I feel like, yeah, I wanna know that, but also, yeah, you know what?
What did you mean by dessert just now? I couldn't really follow.
Yeah, she's just like, I don't understand all of you and your fancy speaks and everything. I can't. I'm just a commoner.
Hugo taught me that bringing up dessert in such situations is a way of telling the other party they need to offer more.
Huh.
Fortunately, that old fox Hartman is terrified of losing power.
I see.
He's definitely keeping the destruction of the sacrifice and the fact that the sacrifice core is fake hidden from the other family members. Otherwise, Burton wouldn't have been so willing to raise his offer.
Yep.
Lord Phaethon, let's find Hartman's study when the banquet is at its busiest.
Alright, stick to the plan.
Alright, I've already taken note of the surrounding terrain. Once more people arrive, we'll enter the garden through the door in the corner of the banquet hall.
Wherever you go, I'll follow, Lord Phaethon.
Sure thing, Vivian. I appreciate that. Yeah. In accordance with the plan, you head deep into the manor after sneaking out of the banquet hall with Vivian. That does not sound like sneaking. That sounds like running. Audio guy. Doesn't take you long to reach Hartman's study, and with a gentle push, the door actually opened.
Isn't this going a bit too well?
Yeah, pretty much. Wanna ask Lycon about it?
The security around the manor is really strict, but inside might be more lax. But just in case, let's tell Lycon.
Actually, some of these answers, answer options starts to go really different. Like sometimes it's like the illusion of options, the illusion of choice. But then some of these are nowadays starts to get a bit more different, and that kind of makes me wonder. I mean, that'll be fun though if they actually apply that to make the choices matter more. I'm just afraid because I make bad choices. Oh boy.
Right. Having some backup would be safer.
Our top priority is to investigate Hartman's office.
Let's check Hartman's recent correspondences for clues. I still have concerns about the sacrifice core.
Right. Though the core he gave Dina was fake, Hartman might have left a trick up his sleeve and hid the real one.
Let's split up.
Then let's split up.
It's either Hugo playing trick, or it's either him playing trick. It's gonna be an interesting one to see which one's which. What's gonna be the real answer, sorry. You and Vivian searched through Hartman's office for a while but find nothing. Because then, footsteps suddenly come from outside, and in a moment of panic, you hide behind the desk.
Esteemed guests, is the catering at the Ravenlock family banquet not to your satisfaction?
Yeah, I thought so. Can I print screen this? Print screen. I can't quite see the keyboards, but I'm surprised I remember the layout relatively well. That I can just press the button and oh, that's the right button. Oh.
So much so that these two distinguished guests felt the need to come to my humble office to scavenge for food. Don't want to come out? Well, after all, you don't have long left. Burton, that greedy idiot, fell for the mayor's trap. But I never expected that he would bring you into my territory. I suppose I should thank him. Otherwise, I would have had to go to great lengths to eliminate you. Vivian, Phaethon, Give Hugo my regards. Tell him I shall be taking the wealth and power of the Ravenlock family for myself. The bullet? How?
Dear uncle, why must we be so distant with one another?
I want to scream right now, but it's in the morning. I can't do that. Hugo, yo! I am so happy to see him. I'm so happy to hear him. That's impressive. Character development, am I right, guys? Now I'm like, before it was like, oh, for fuck's sake, your voice. But now it's like, I am just so happy that you're actually still alive and you're still kicking and you're, oh my god, I love him.
You can just tell me what you want to say directly.
Hugo! Impossible! You're...
Uncle, you must know a Ravenlock will never stop until they get what they want. Did you really think I would be defeated so soon? When I have yet to trample you into the dirt.
I can see the voice actor in the booth. Once you're in the booth, you know how it. You just kind of know like what's it's gonna be like in the booth. And it's always a fun experience and hearing people's voice acting. Like, oh my god, I can just imagine him in the booth. Like I can imagine what he's doing there. It's actually like that's so fun. Again, like oh, that's so cool. Yeah, his voice acting is top notch. I haven't seen who is his voice actor, but whoever it is, they did a really great job at voicing him. I love that. Oh, I guess I'm pulling for Hugo. But you know what? Let's get back to the situation at hand. I'm sorry that I keep rambling, but like that's the thing with me. It's so interesting. I have a lot to talk about. I really appreciate every single little thing that happens in the story and the game. You know, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. That's why I'm doing all this. I want to share it with ya.
You filthy bastard! You only know how to resort to these petty tricks!
I love how like technically he's using that word correctly, huh? Like accurately.
Petty tricks.
Oh, that's so good. That's incredible.
Perhaps you'd like to know what I managed to accomplish using this faked death of mine. My dear uncle.
Shortly before.
Faking my own death. Hope it's all worth the theatrics in the end.
Yeah. Thought so too, Hugo.
It was just to keep Hartman off my back, but maybe I went a little overboard. The manager must be pretty shaken up. I should apologize at some point.
I really love how he's like... Humanity and... What?
Guess I'll also bring Lycon along. He's my partner in crime, after all.
I'm glad to see that. But yeah, it's not interesting, huh? Humans and how they perceive how, you know, how he's in like I'm in the abyss. I have been swallowed by the darkness, and even but then it's like I'm so sorry, manager. I'm sorry for hurting you for that theatrics.
You're late.
I'm sorry for
So
making you
strict.
Yeah.
Spare me a moment to catch my breath, will you?
Oh.
You're taking longer to rest than I expected.
I really love the... There's so much like cool cutscenes. I don't know what is the CGs that they're throwing in the air. I love that. Oh, fudge. Sorry about the microphone.
Lycon, you think too highly of my physical capabilities. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I must say, if nothing else, at least your acting skills have improved.
Yeah, immediately I was like, during the conversation, I was like, hang on a minute. Conversation? It's like, no, and just him saying that. I was like, hang on a minute. I guess, no, it's like when he came to the rescue, I was starting to think about that moment when he gets stabbed and all that, right? When stabbed, get clawed and all that. But then I was like, hang on a minute. Lycon is in this, isn't he? Lycon is in this, isn't he? Of course. A bit late of realization, but yeah. Still, that whole assessment ramble that I did in the previous episode, I still think, yeah, what an interesting what an irony still, right? Despite well, it's actually just a theatrics. Still thought about it. Glad that he's, realizing that the whole thing is just a bit in the past, a bit. He's his own mature adult man now. He doesn't need to always just stuck in the past of his youth thinking about what some guy said. Like, it's the guy that raised him, sure, but he has his own wisdom now, and he sees the situation, and it's not about time for that. Everyone's life is in the line here. Glad to see they're still getting along somewhat.
Why do you look so angry? You should be happy. We pulled that off together with flawless teamwork and managed to fool everyone.
Yes, you did. That you did.
Drop your foolish facade.
I'm glad you still remember the code we set all those years ago. And thank you for ensuring your sleight of hand didn't deteriorate. Oh, right. I should also thank the blood bag hidden in my clothes and our other props.
This man. Fucking love this man.
Do you remember when we last used this trick? It was probably ages ago.
Sometimes I really don't understand you. Have you never thought about what the consequences would be if I didn't understand your code? If I decided against helping you? Or if I just couldn't control my strength properly?
You'd understand it. Of course, if things really did go awry, I had alternative plans.
I really need to make a plan on them. Oh, there's a lot that I have in mind.
You wouldn't be so arrogant as to think I'd bet everything on you, would you?
You're insane.
And yet you go along with it anyway, Lycon.
Aw, I'm flattered.
Good friends. Good friends.
So what exactly is the purpose behind all this? Surely after going to such great lengths to erase your own existence, you don't just plan to hide here and reminisce about the past with me. Don't try to brush this off. I've already helped you enact your plan. Tell me the truth.
Don't get your tail in a twist. I have more plans that require your assistance, so naturally I would not hide anything from you. Simply put, as things stand, whether as Hugo Vlad or as Mockingbird, I am doomed to die.
What a statement to drop there, Hugo, okay?
Seems you've made quite a few enemies.
Yeah.
As a member of the
Also
Ravenlock
ominous.
family, I negotiated with Edmund and managed to obtain resources from Tops for my future plans. I also confirmed what attitude they held toward your master, the Mayflower family. Meanwhile, I used my identity in Mockingbird to strike a deal with Hartman and gather information on their collaboration with the remnants of the Exaltists. That's where I got my intel on what Bringer left. Oh, by the way, the crime declaration letter that your dear mayor received, that was also sent by yours truly.
Of course.
He's probably figured that out by now, right? Though I'm not sure if he told you.
The mayor learned about the sacrifice attacks through his own means, but lacked an opportunity to take action. That warning letter was precisely what he needed.
You aren't hopeless yet. How delightful. In short, I'm more well-informed than your lot because I get around, dealing with all these different important figures.
There's quite a lot that you can take from this entire debacle if you know, if you're in a situation that's needing you to scheme this well. There's quite a lot. Oh, this insane world.
But of course, it comes at a cost. It's only fair. After all, you can't hide the smoke from the wildfire. Rather than trying to carefully tame it and risk setting yourself alight, it's better to let it burn free.
I don't want to disturb the dialogue, but oh my god, ow. My toe hurts so badly. Kids, if you have habits of tearing your own nails and toenails, be really careful about that, but especially with toenails. If you get it at the wrong angle and like get it and then get a little too excited with your strength, that'll rip, and that'll really hurt. It will take a really long time to heal, and throughout that healing time, oh boy, it's going to hurt a lot. Anyway, yeah.
When I helped you put on your little act, killing you in front of everyone, you left the sacrifice core to Hartman. That was intentional too, then?
Oh, yes. And it worked like a charm, didn't it? Now no one cares for me anymore, and all eyes are on Hartman. A perfect situation for keeping the Ravenlock family in check while dealing a cutting blow to the Exaltists behind them. Another crucial point is Vivian and Phaethon. I must sever any ties they have with me or Mockingbird. Although I feel bad for Phaethon about what happened, but it had to be done. That's the only way they would be safe, allowing the plan to continue.
I noticed that you never turned your blade toward Master Proxy.
And I also noticed that Hugo, despite all his talk about already descending into the abyss and all that, even before that, it's just like I'm walking the battle shadow and all that stuff that he said before with the manager. It's yeah, despite all that, it's always like that, isn't it, Hugo? It's always like that. I would like to sit down with this guy and just have a coffee and just chill. Cause man, you do be like that, don't it, huh? You get it.
So, those words you said back then were also...
I really need to review the footage too after this, the whole previous episodes. Just see like, just to really analyze the whole thing again. Man, this is so fun.
I will bloody my hands. I will carry the weight of my sins. I will become the abyss.
This guy's so... he said all that with no... yeah.
Obviously, it was all an act. My acting has always been impeccable, as you know.
Except Hugo. There's a bit more nuance and layer to that, don't you think?
Hugo, you're taking such a tremendous risk. Why?
Would you believe me if I said it's for justice? But unfortunately, it's not. I want revenge on the Ravenlock family. And I will make sure that despicable excuse for a human being, Hartman, suffers a slow, torturous end. Of course, I also promised Vivian that I would help her investigate the whole thing with the Exaltists. That's all.
You don't look too good. Is it your wounds?
No. This is the first problem I plan to resolve. Nikon, do you have a place that is sufficiently discreet, quiet, and can take a lot of damage?
Uh-huh. Welcome, Elite Zero, to your small warehouse in Port Arthas. Hugo looks quite pleased with the place. For scanning the area for a moment, he sits down on a chair, pulls out some rope, and ties himself up? Huh? Hugo? What the fuck are you doing, man? Whatever works, I guess? Hugo, whatever the this man. I could more or less understand what's could have been so.
What exactly are you doing?
Don't look at me like that. If I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't. Hartman recently obtained a bizarre substance, most likely from those crazy Exaltists.
Is that sweat, Lycon? Are those sweats? Oh boy. Lycon, you're really worried about him, huh?
After use, it allows control of the victim's mind, to some extent.
You were dosed with it.
Oh my god. Hang on. There are so many good CGs in here, I just have to.
To be more precise, Lycon, I deliberately allowed Hartman to put this drug in my cup to facilitate our previous collaboration.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, immediately, like, you want a drink? Why suddenly want a drink? I don't think this is for celebration, isn't it? Yeah, it's like with Hugo, I don't think you should drink. Oh well, I guess it's part of the plan. Whatever works for you. I am baffled by this man sometimes, even not though, like, more or less. Hugo tells Sakon of what happened back in the private suite when he was negotiating with Hartman. The only reason Hartman agreed to work with him is because of this. Because he had drugged that red liquid. After that, every time Hugo and Hartman met up, the latter would always add a small dose of that drug into Hugo's cup, and then ask questions, attempting to glean information. Holy shit, what is...
After finding out about it, I quickly found someone to help analyze its composition.
You don't sound too good, Hugo.
The good news is he gave me a very low dosage. Perhaps because he was afraid I might notice.
Well...
There's a different medication that can delay its onset, preventing me from actually being under his control. I simply need to put on a show in front of my dear uncle. The bad news is that currently there is no antidote.
Oh.
When I delay those effects, however, they will accumulate and erupt when my body reaches its limit. It may even break my mind.
The extent that this guy goes through. Sorry, God. I'm a little... Oh my god. But then at the same time... it's scary how I'm like, yeah, of course you would when you... Not simply because it's just Hugo. Because like, you need to know, you know. If you know, you know. Kind of thing. Again. Unfortunately.
And that's exactly what's happening now. I need to endure those accumulated consequences.
There's an allegory around here.
So, I will lock myself in this room for however long that takes. I've tied my limbs to prevent me from smashing this place or accidentally hurting myself. Anyway, after you leave, do not open this door, no matter what you hear.
just the way you say that. Anyway, you know, anyway, just like normal Tuesday, am I right? Normal Tuesday. It's fine. Whatever, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, just don't open the door. Whatever, no matter what you hear. You know, I'm fine. There's nothing happening. No wonder Lycon was sweating so much like that. Like, look at that. My man is really... Hang on, the dogs sweat? Actually, yeah, the dogs sweat. Don't they... I don't know if they sweat, but they do use their, you know, tongue to control, or to... What is that again? To regulate their body temperature. But do they also still sweat? Oh no, I shouldn't have asked.
I recommend seeking professional medical assistance.
Yeah! The problem is, Lycon.
This is advice I received from a doctor. Or are you saying you don't believe I can make it? So, I can't. Come find me here at the scheduled time. All you need to do is smile and await my victory.
That sentence carries quite a lot, despite its simplicity. And despite its... I'm not gonna write that. I'm not gonna write that. I have a lot right in my whip.
What if I want to stop you?
You know you won't succeed. You never have. And you never will. My time is short. Let's begin.
I understand. Don't die, you stupid bastard.
Yeah. Well, he's here now, though. So he's fine about that. After who knows how long, after enduring seemingly endless pain, Hugo finally awakens. The ropes that bound him had come undone, though he didn't know when that had happened. Hugo checked himself over. Thankfully, he hadn't injured himself that badly. That's vague, but he was going crazy. After some time, Hugo straightens out his attire and tidies himself up. Then opens the warehouse door.
Is this because the side effects haven't worn off yet? Lycon's late. I'm surprised. Or is something wrong with time itself? Looks like someone's over there. Might as well go ask.
Oh, yeah, immediately, like, this is... When I see the quest indicator, I'm like, oh, okay. This is gonna be... There's quite a lot of hidden weights in some of all of these, like all these little details. I swear to God, how first. It's all your fault. Why were you born with those eyes? If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be in this mess. I had made it. I endured for so long. Those years of planning. I was so close. You already agreed. You... Go and beg him to reconsider for me, okay? Tell him you'll do anything. Tell him to take me back. Oh, that's a different person, I think. That's a different exclamation, yeah. Hey, well, what's you now? I don't know who's speaking. Who? Mother. Yeah, I thought so.
It's all your fault. I wish I had never given birth to you.
The woman's face is distorted with hatred, as if the person before her is not her child, but an enemy who destroyed her future. She blames all her misfortune on this innocent child. I'll handle this myself, don't worry, thanks.
Everything will get better if you just die, right? If you die, he'll come back. We'll have another, more perfect child. One who will inherit the Ravenlock family bloodline. Then I will be able to escape this pain. So, Hugo, for the sake of Mommy's happiness, just die, okay?
She raised her hand to reveal a bare scissor, the tip gleaming with chilling light. She thrust the sharp point towards Hugo's paler eye. Then, she suddenly vanishes, as if she had never existed at all.
So, I wasn't awake yet after all. That's because you don't want to wake up again.
We're having this again, aren't we? Okay. Expect it, but it's still... Wow, that was a year ago. That was crazy, right? Oh. That whole escapade sure did end well, didn't it, huh? To the people who are listening right now, other than the viewers. It sure did end well. And oh boy, that sure was a fun memory. Oh, surely.
Who are you? I am you. Hidden deep within your heart. Your most true self. You want to kill her, don't you? Your so-called mother. Every time she beat you without reason, when she tried to gouge out your eyes, when she sold you into that hell, laughing all the while. You wanted to be the one to end her life. Why not admit your hatred? As you are, you can hunt her down and make her pay for the living hell of a childhood she made you suffer.
The relationship between a child, an abused child, and their parents is always an interesting one, isn't it? In that it is so complicated sometimes. We can't use logic to decrypt emotion. It's complicated, so complicated, but whatever happens and wherever it goes. End of sentence.
Yes, I hate her. I hate her because she was foolish and shallow, greedy and stupid. I hate her because she doesn't deserve to be a mother. She did everything she could to try and get into the Ravenlock family, believing she could live a life of luxury without having to do anything and never realizing she was a pawn, discarded from the very beginning. So she chose to blame me. Blame me for my heterochromia. Blame me for my very existence. But I won't kill her, because I know it won't change anything. She was incapable of loving me, just as she is incapable of loving herself.
Well, that's kind of interesting though on Hugo's side, huh? You don't want to kill her because it's pointless. That's a really good look into how he views things.
Have you been brainwashed by that dog? Keeping up the act of being some magnanimous and forgiving fool? Don't compare us. I've simply come to understand love or hate. I make my own choices, and they have nothing to do with anyone else.
You know what? I'm not even gonna be bothered. I'm gonna bother to say anything. Because there's a lot that I want to. And that's gonna be it. I've said so much already.
She sold you to the Ravenlock family for a huge sum of money. She used that money to start a new life without you. While she was indulging herself, you were going through hell in the Ravenlock Manor. Does it not torment you? Do you not feel the hatred? Do you not want to demand answers? Kill her. Only by killing her can you be truly free.
I would say no. There are definitely moments where thoughts like this definitely fester in my mind. Not to my mother. I love my mothers. They're all imperfect, but I appreciate them still regardless, and they still mean the world to me. But that's simply because I was thinking that because that is simply the way that I can, the only way that I can escape. Because I can't run away, can't do all that. So the easiest way is when the enemy is under the same roof as you, every day haunting you. And to end the pain, the way to end the pain is that either one person has to die. That's either gonna be you or them. But the thing is, that's the thing. The main point is you just want to escape the pain. You just want the pain to be over. And to be free is not like that. But if there's any other options, like Hugo's right now is not. She is not with him anymore. He is an adult living a new life. He killed his father because he had caused so much suffering, not just for him, but for so many other people too. That's the thing with Hugo. Hugo seems to target specifically people who are, like that. To truly be free, we don't really need the way of freedom is not really just that. Hugo is already sort of, at least, freed from the pain to some extent. Of course, the wounds are still there, and who knows if it will ever heal. But you're not in the danger zone constantly anymore. Well, he kind of still, but like not in that same way, in that same kind of field. But that's the ones that you make a choice of. Again, he made that choice. He knows that endured that stuff. Meanwhile, back then, again, he was a child. He was a real little child alone against. He only had his mother. His mother is that. Said I'm not gonna say anything anymore, but this part I feel like it's a good idea to throw in my 2 cents here, because it'll probably help a lot of people understand it better.
For a long time, I thought the same way. But now, well, I want to make a different choice.
Exactly. You get it, Hugo.
Stop lying to yourself. You never had a choice.
He didn't have a choice. He now has a choice. And he chooses to do what he's doing right now.
This weak-minded thinking will only lead you to failure. Like before, you'll be nothing but a worm, trampled into the dirt by those so-called elites. Do you still not get it? This is how the world is, and always has been. Hesitate and you'll be the victim. If you don't grab your knife first, you'll end up being on the other end of the blade.
Despite this being sorta Hugo's like locked up innermost like thoughts, desires, emotions, and all that, Hugo is pretty calculated. Hugo thought about things a lot, and this. It's like this kind of sense of urgency, and just blindly just go with the rampage and all that. That is just not his style. He's always calculated and he thinks about things a lot. And again, he makes his choices. He wished to make his choices, and that's the thing. He is not like that. He's much stronger now. Isn't that nice, Hugo?
If you want to change anything, you must first become the one who makes the rules.
It's the two sides of the coin, of his will, of his desire to be truly free. It's interesting and fun. I like that.
Just like that woman. The only reason she could treat us that way was because we were weak.
There is a point in that, again, the whole, I don't know, power dynamic and all that stuff. I don't know. I didn't study psychology and all that shit. But you are.
So listen to me. Find that woman, kill her, and prove to this world your strength. It's what she deserves.
It kinda doesn't prove anything, really. And then, again, like he said, it really won't make much change, if at all.
Why forgive them? They don't deserve it.
But that's an interesting thing too. Remember when he was like, you know, the rider, the gang members trying to shank him, and he was kind of like that, yeah. About the whole forgiveness thing. Back then he was like, he was kind of feel like it kind of felt like he almost wanna kill them, but then like, yeah, why forgive them? They don't deserve mercy. But he did not kill them still, which is an interesting thing. I kind of forgot what happened there. Was he stopped and like, yeah, being told something and he started to think about it, or was he, yeah, I don't know. When I think about it again, he, even though he didn't get his card grabbed, he did kind of fall from a pretty steep height. That hurt him a little bit there. In that kind of like, when you're wounded, when you're like in such a state of pain, especially physical pain, your mind really starts doing some reflections. It's kind of funny. And mayhaps he started to think it over. Mayhaps he had always been like this, despite all his talk about already being in the abyss or becoming the abyss and all that. Like, he said it was just an act, but feels like if you strongly feel that Hugo is relatable, yeah, you would know. It like that. It's just, it's quite interesting. It's, yeah.
I'm not forgiving them. Or rather, I don't care about them. They don't even matter, at least not yet. You know, perhaps the person I hate the most, the one I truly cannot forgive, has never been someone else. but rather my weak, powerless past self who could do nothing but hide inside a closet and cry. I hate myself for having neither the strength nor the courage to resist. I hate myself for begging for so-called familial love, even after being treated so terribly. I hate that despite the pain of my wounds, I still hope to receive the carrot and not the stick. And that means you, correct? So, I forgive you. I forgive myself.
You'll regret this, fool. Your pretty words mean nothing. You will ultimately return here to me.
Sometimes you do. Even after all that, you still do. But that's fine. I mean, not quiet, but healing and becoming strong. It takes time. It takes so much. And maybe sometimes for some, you might just never fully heal at all, and you'll come back there every once in a while. But it'll be alright. It'll eventually be alright. And in the grand scheme of things, it's really not as bad as you would probably think. It'll be alright. It's going to take time. But that's okay. After an intense bout of dizziness, Hugo awakens in the dark warehouse. The ropes that bound him had come undone at some point. Hugo takes a deep breath of the damp air and stands up. Hugo straightens out his attire and tidies himself up. Then, he opens the warehouse door.
I see. This is still an illusion.
Oh boy, this is gonna be a long one.
I wonder who's going to show up this time.
Brother!
Oh boy.
Hugo, let's play hide and seek! I'm already hiding! You'll find me, right? Like you always do!
Serena.
I'll be honest, gang. My body is screaming at me. So the usual reason why I stopped the stream and all that. It's a stream. This is a video. All in all, I gotta say, that's impressive that nowadays I can record up to 2 hours. I remember back in the day when we were doing all the Chemco stuff. It's usually 2 hours, usually like 40 minutes is when we will start dying. So that's a little odd, because I'm pretty sure my stamina has gotten worse recently. But hey, that's good, right? This is an awkward place to stop. But my body cannot handle it anymore, gang. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's just stop over there, right? Therapy session over. Goodbye.